Located at 150 Northwest 70th Avenue, Suite 7, Plantation, or call us at 954-452-4377 or 954-850-2344. Don't delay. Come on in today and let's start your health journey.
Make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancer used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. Some never know say Clinton Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists over them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out of awards to reggae artists around the world and from Jamaica. New York City where him used to do the radio.
What have you been busy doing? Are you out and about in the community making a difference? Well, I would like to know. Join me, The Real McCoy, on FlexFM.online every Monday from 7 to 8, where I highlight entrepreneurs and what they're doing in the community. In order to be a guest on my show, please DM All Things Natural on Instagram or Flexx FM Radio on Instagram. See you Monday at 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year again. Culture College celebrates his Earth Strong. Black Culture Entertainment and Flavors Entertainment presents Leroy Sibbles and Friends. I'm talking about Leroy Sibbles, Michael Russell, Empress Unique, Jati, and the birthday boy himself, Culture College, live inside of the Garden, 4340 North State Road 7 in Lauderdale Lakes. Saturday, April 23rd. Doors open at 7 p.m. Showtime's 9 p.m. sharp. $35 in advance, $40 at the door. Get your tickets at Rainbow Records or Sam's West Indian Grocery. Leroy Sibbles and Friends celebrating Culture College Earth Strong. You can't miss this.
Hold on, mate. You're talking about Leroy Sibbles from the Eptones, innit? Them man, they's legendary, man. Them man, they play bass on the national anthem, king. And then you got Michael Russell. Them man said, cheat you like that is big tune. You know what I mean?
Culture College Birthday Bash inside of the Garden, Saturday, April 23rd. Music by DJ Marlon and Martel the Mixer, hosted by John T of WAVS Radio.
Bigger man thing. Are you just gonna cut me off like that? So unprofessional, innit? Yo, I see your finger. Don't fade me out, man. Don't fade me out.
Well, Maxi Motors, place where you can buy affordable car on a budget. We do financing. We have a buy here, pay here program just for you. Most credit score is acceptable. The difference between Well Maxi Motors and others, we export your car to any Caribbean island. You can stop on in at any one of our locations and talk with one of our reps. We are conveniently located at 553 Northeast 28 Court, Pompano Beach. That's in Florida. That's 553 Northeast 28 Court, Pompano Beach. For more information and details on Well Maxi Motors, you can call us at 954-214-2071. That's 954-214-2071. Or go to our website at www.wellmaximotors.com. It's Well Maxi Motors. We take the hustle out of your car buying experience.
It's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
Greetings from Galaxy Flex family. My name is Jamie Flex. Honored to co-host Sex at 6 with Gabby Flex, where we educate, empower, and entertain. Tune in every Wednesday, hump day, for Sex at 6 on Flexx FM. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nigel Blair, studio host for Flexx FM Sports, coverage of CASA, Caribbean America's Soccer Association League. Don't forget to subscribe to watch highlights all season long and to be sure to tune in every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Flexx FM Sports for live coverage of all matches.
It's time for Caribbean News, covering current events from around the world, regionally and locally, with Sean Garrity on this station. It's news the Caribbean can use. And now, the details. CARICOM leaders to meet to discuss Commonwealth Secretary General's controversy. Caribbean Community or CARICOM leaders are expected to meet later this week to discuss the controversy that has arisen following Jamaica's decision to announce that its Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister, Kamina Johnson-Smith, would challenge the incumbent Baroness Patricia Scotland for the post of Commonwealth Secretary General in June. At the end of their March 1st through 2 intersessional summit held in Belize, CARICOM leaders issued their communique in which they had expressed their overwhelming support for the re-election of Baroness Patricia Scotland as Secretary General of the Commonwealth. Scotland was elected to the post at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Malta in 2015, and her re-election is scheduled to take place during the June 20 to 25th Commonwealth Summit in Kigali, Rwanda. Scotland is the second Secretary General from the Caribbean and the first woman to ever hold the post. But last Friday, Kingston announced that Johnson-Smith would be seeking to replace Scotland, with Jamaica's office of the Prime Minister describing her as eminently qualified for the post, and that she has held several crucial leadership posts both regionally and internationally. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown, who has been critical of Jamaica's decision, describing it as a monumental error, said he is hoping that this matter will be resolved amicably. I know that there is a push now to have a meeting early this week, and hopefully we can have a consensus and we can dissuade Jamaica from proceeding on this particular issue, and for us to support Baroness Scotland. Property owners have until April 30 to pay property tax before penalties applied. Tax Administration Jamaica, or TAJ, has advised all property owners that property tax payments for the 2022-2023 fiscal year, which remains unchanged, became due on April 1st. In a statement, the TAJ said its system has been updated to reflect the liabilities for the period and is now available for online payments. Persons will have until April 30 to make their payment without any penalty being applied, using a wider range of payment options instead of visiting a tax office to do so, said the TAJ. Property owners are being encouraged to avail themselves of a host of TAJ online payment options for their convenience. Taxpayers can pay their property tax via the tax portal at jamaicatax.gov.jm by using a valid credit card or debit card with credit card features. Alternately, Scotiabank clients can also make payments using the electronic funds transfer process via TAJ's website. The TAJ said that additionally, taxpayers can access several other online payment options when making their property tax payments.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Fantastic DJs. For all your entertainment needs, it's fantasticdjs.com.
In entertainment, Chronix, Itana, Gramps Morgan support Soja's Reggae Grammy win. Reggae stars Chronix, Itana, and Gramps Morgan have declared their support and offered their congratulations to Virginia-based reggae band Soja on their 2022 Grammy win for the Best Reggae Album. short for Soldiers of Jah Army, the American band's Beauty in the Silence album upstaged projects from Jamaican artists Spice, Jesse Royal, Sean Paul, Gramps Morgan, and Itana to win the Reggae Award at the 64th Grammys on Sunday. However, their win has sparked outrage and disappointment among several Jamaican artists and mainly Jamaican reggae and dancehall fans. In an Instagram story post on Monday, the 29-year-old Skankin' Sweet singer said that Soldier's 8 members are honorable and should be shown respect. In business, GM and Honda expand electric vehicle partnership. General Motors and Honda Motor Company on Tuesday said they will co-develop a series of electric vehicles based on a new joint platform, allowing production of millions of cars starting in 2027. This report produced by Chris Dignam.
General Motors and Honda announced on Tuesday that they will co-develop a line of affordable electric vehicles based on a new joint platform, deepening a partnership to bring EVs that cost less than $30,000 to the market. The tie-up, which will utilize GM's Ultium battery technology, is expected to produce millions of lower-priced EVs, including compact crossover vehicles, starting in 2027. It also expands on plans for GM to begin building 2 electric SUVs for Honda starting in 2024, the Honda Prologue and an Acura model. And GM said the price tag planned for the Chevrolet Equinox SUV will come in below $30,000. The deal is part of GM's push to achieve carbon neutrality in its global products and operations by 2040 and eliminate tailpipe emissions from light-duty vehicles in the U.S. by 2035. Honda has said it aims to reach carbon neutrality on a global basis by 2050.
And in sports, South Africa keen to spin another win over Bangladesh in the second test. Hosts South Africa will look to impose another trial by spin on seething tourist Bangladesh in the second and final test starting at St. George's Park, Gibera, formerly Port Elizabeth, on Friday. The home side completed a dominant 220-run victory in the first test on Monday, bowling Bangladesh out for a paltry 53 in a second innings which lasted only 19 overs. The visitors' management were unhappy with some of the decisions from local umpires Maurice Erasmus and Adrian Holstock in Durban and promised to lodge a formal complaint with the International Cricket Council. Bangladesh skipper Monmu Haki gave a blunt assessment of his side's horror second innings when all 10 wickets fell to the spinners Keshav Maharaj 7 of 32 and Simon Harner 3 of 21. I think it was a big crime on our part to give wickets to spinners on foreign soil, he said. And your Palm Beach weather, partly cloudy in the morning, followed by scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon with a high of 87 degrees. Winds south at 15 to 25 miles per hour with a 50% chance of rain. Partly cloudy and low of 75 at night with winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. While in Fort Lauderdale, sunshine and clouds mixed, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, a high of 87 degrees. Winds south-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Then at night, partly cloudy with a low of 77, winds from the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And that was the news, entertainment, and sports with Sean Garrity. Be sure to stay tuned to this station for more news from around the world, locally, and the Caribbean.
Nigel Blair from BMG Tax and Accounting Services. Whether you're a small business owner, a manager at a medium-sized corporation, or a self-employed freelancer, the team at BMG Tax and Accounting Services is here for you. We offer comprehensive bookkeeping and tax services designed to keep your finances in check. Keeping track of your finances takes a fair amount of time, energy, and patience, and you probably have a lot of other things on your plate. So don't struggle to keep up with all that number crunching and paperwork. Our bookkeeping services are designed to make your life easier so you can focus on what you do best. At BMG, we're dedicated to client satisfaction, and we're prepared to go the extra miles to earn your business and trust. We pride ourselves on attention to detail in all that we do, and we're ready to put our skills and knowledge to work for you. For more information about our services or to schedule a consultation.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
We don't have any fun. It's been a long time. We don't have any fun. Sick of this ratchet and bombs.
Welcome once more to entertainment's most intriguing interview. It's eLive Unplugged, only on CVM TV. I'm your host, Judith Bartley. This week, catching up with Donald, Tabby Shaw, and Lloyd Judge Ferguson, two of the three-member team from the group Mighty Diamonds, formed in Trenchtown in 1969.
Gentlemen, wow, half a century. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Blessings. Give thanks. Yeah, man. We are blessed up all the Jamaican people, you know, tonight, you know. We are big up the government, the opposition, everyone. I saw it going on. A life. Run it! Start it! Rastafari live continually. Yeah! We love.
So we like it. Blaze the fire.
So long we are ministers and no more right now.
time come so easily, then you will see no more crying, nor victimizing, no more starvation, no more delay. Remember, Gabby said, wheel up, lift it up, lift up. Remember, Gabby said, remember when the wrong man said, time of a change, yeah. Say, go the hammer, even man a losing man, even man a losing man. Oh yeah, yeah. I need a roof over my head. I need a roof over my head and bread and all my table and bread and all my table with love in my heart with love, oh love for everyone. Remember Gabby said, remember when Gabby said, that it's that time of the day of the say the holy average, yeah, even man, oh yeah. Go before us, Jaja go before us, and do thy works thyself, Lord.
So we jump in time, we go check back a wire. Swimming on the item bar. Swimming on the item bar.
Shut it! And if the man Mr. Peter Touch was here tonight, he would simply give you something go like this. Go watch me now.
Get up.
Now get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. No, get up, stand up. All right. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Preacher man, don't tell me that heaven is all the earth. I know you don't know now what life's really worth.
You can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool the people all the time. Cause now we see the light.
What you gonna do?
Stand up for your right.
Now get up, stand up.
All right.
Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shut it.
Bless. So let's give thanks and praises to the Most High God, Jah, Rastafari, Latin. Pass the chip on the left hand side. Pass the chip on the left hand side.
Oh, we love y'all. Make some noise, y'all.
Praises to the Most High God, Jah, Rastafari. Pass the chip on the left hand side. Pass the chip on the left hand side.
Jano. Pass the chip on the left hand side. Pass the chip on the left hand side. It's a boy. It's a boy. Hear me now. It was a cool and lovely, breezy afternoon. And how do you feel when you got no girl? You could feel it all. It was the month of you got no girl, then you walk and talk. So I left Alice and went up for a walk. As I passed the dreadlocks camp, I heard them sing. And how listen when you heard them sing. Pass the picture on the left hand side. Pass the picture on the left hand side. It's a boy. Whoa. It's a Jano. Pass the picture on the left hand side. Pass the picture on the left hand side. It's a boy. It's a This one dedicated. Watch it. To you. This one dedicated to you. To you. This one dedicated to you. All right. To you. This one dedicated to you. To you. This one dedicated to you. Whether you white, pink, black, or thank you. Right. All right. Good night. Come on now. Set it.
Oh, set it. Look here. I want to put your hands together again. Now look here. Walk on.
This magic moment. So, hey. Rebel salute. Happy New Year. One more year in this God new life. Yow. My love is to the end of time. This magic moment. So different and so new, was like any other. Until I kissed you, and then it happened. It took you by surprise. I knew that you felt it too, yes. By the look in your eyes, sweeter than wine, and warmer than the summer's night. Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold it tight, I feel so magic moment. While your lips are close to mine, we last forever. Forever till the end of time. Oh, time. Oh, time. My love is to the end of time. Time. My love is to the end of time. It's sweeter than a wine, and warmer than the summer's night. Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold it tight, I'll be so magic moment. While your lips are close to mine, we last forever. Forever till the end of time. Time. My love is to the end of time. Oh yeah. People, are you ready? Oh Lord. Since you've been away, I've been down. You love them style, yeah? So rebel. Said I'm missing you. I really, really do. Oh, yes. Since you've been away, I've been down and lonely. And since you've been away, I've been dreaming of you. I try to understand the reason you left me. Where were you going to go? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, I'm missing you. seeing you? Tell me why the road turns. As I look around, there are things to remind me. Whenever I see you smile, my heart fills with joy. I can still recall the moments we shared together. Now where are you running to, girl? Ooh-wee, baby, I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Ooh-wee, baby, I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Said I'm missing you. I really, really do. Yeah. Said I'm missing you. I really, really do. Yeah, yeah. Missing you. Missing you. Thank you. To all the lovers out there. A Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go. Hey! All the lovers. Love we I deal with. Love will never die. Yow, yow. Cupid. A Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go. Say to my lover's heart for me, nobody but me. A Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly. Say to my lover's heart for me. Oh, I don't wanna bother you, but I'm in distress. A baby's dangerous and losing all of my happiness. For I love a girl who doesn't know I exist, and this you can fix. So, a Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go. Straight through my lover's heart for me. No, nobody but me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly. Straight through my lover's heart for me. I want to say, rest in peace, Dennis Brown, my singer. Rest in peace, my brother. Keep your light. I'll keep your light shining. Yes. Well, Negro man, come away from the Mississippi. Negro man, come away from the sinking sand. Negro man, come away from the Mississippi. Negro man, come away from the sinking sand. Old man river, just keep rolling. Old man river, just keep rolling along, along. Hey, a Cupid, draw back your bow and let your watch me drumming. Yeah, next drop. Does she love me with all her heart? Hey, you love them style, let's take one. Rastafari blessings every time unto you. Yow, yow. Does she love me? All her heart. Should I worry when we're apart? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. No, question I'd like to know. I'd like to know when she's not with me. Is she still true to me? I'd like to know when we are kissing. Does my baby feel just how I feel? And how am I to know it's really real? Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. Thank you very much. You want more? All right, you don't want more, my brother. Yeah. For season lover, for season lover, I'm your for season lover. Hey, no, you should never give your love away. I said no. Hey. Yeah. So we do it. Give thanks and praise unto the Most High. Jah, live it and reign it in I and I. No weapon shall prosper that come against I. No, you should never give your love away. No, you should never give your love away. No, you should never give your. So when the winter comes around, there's nobody to keep you warm. Call me on your phone line and I will be at ease. Thank you very much. Love ya. Stay strong. Happy New Year.
Are you looking for healthcare that's personalized and empowering? Sakura Women's Health provides holistic care and enables you to take charge of your health goals. Doctors Winston and Renee Alexis, along with nurse practitioner Monique Alexis, collaborates to provide patient care based on evidence and years of experience. Sakura Women's Health offers well visits, prenatal care, physicals, STD testings, and so much more. For more information on our services, do visit our website at www.sakurawomenshealth.com. That's www.sakurawomenshealth.com. We're conveniently located at 150 Northwest 70th Avenue, Suite 7, Plantation. Or call us at 954-452-4377 or 954-850-2344. Don't delay. Come on in today and let's start your health journey.
Make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancer used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. Some never know say Clinton Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists over them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no awards to reggae artists around the world and from Jamaica. New York City where him used to do the radio.
It's been a long time. We don't have any fun. It's been a long time. We don't have any fun. Seek out this ratchet and bones.
Welcome once more to entertainment's most intriguing interview. It's eLive Unplugged, only on CVM TV. I'm your host, Judith Bodley. This week, catching up with Donald, Tabby Shaw, and Lloyd Judge Ferguson, two of the three-member team from the group Mighty Diamonds, formed in Trenchtown in 1969.
Gentlemen, wow, half a century. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I understand that your first name was Limelight.
Right. Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, you know, you're small and thing, you know, the word limelight, you know, the meaning, you know, you want to be out there, you know, and the limelight. And so we started with that name. But then after
So who gave the name Limelight?
Well, we arrived
from Diamond.
And it was three of you.
Right.
Who is missing? Fitzroy.
Fitzroy is missing.
Bonnie Simpson.
Yes.
So all three of you got together. You went to school together?
Well, actually, I attended 3 different schools in Jamaica, but at one time, all three of us were at the same school as Boys Town.
So you're originally from where?
Trenchtown.
Everybody?
Yes.
Originally from Trenchtown, and you were attending Boys Town together.
Right.
Tell me about that experience.
Well, there's never was such a real experience because in school, we didn't really relate to each other because I am the eldest man in the group. I was in 6th class. Bonnie was in 5th class and Tabby was in second class. You know, so but we really didn't see music in school. So after leaving school and we are living in the same community, you know, and we started.
So whilst you were going to Boys Town, you really didn't speak to each other?
No, not really.
We were really like to relate to each other, but we used to know each other still.
Yes.
So then how did the group come about?
Well, I didn't know after leaving school. I was a man out there now because I love the music, looking people to sing with, like to form a group. I passed through a whole lot of people that never really suit me, you know.
But ironically, you know.
Ironically, they passed through the same set of people too.
So you were also trying to form your own group?
A single person, yeah. And then I try to find 2. We are trying to find 1. So the thing, you know.
So is it that at that time everybody in Trenchtown wanted to sing? So everybody
kind of group era. The time
group era. Those times you have Bob Marley and the Wailers, you have Toots on the Meters.
So you knew all of them?
You have Gay Lads, John Walton and the Paragons, you have Gladiator. You have a lot of groups, man.
Right there in Trenchtown. Where were they rehearsing?
Yeah, them all rehearse for themselves, you know, because we always rehearse for themselves.
We used to rehearse in Toots,
yeah, one time, yeah.
All over Trenchtown. Sometimes we go to people's place so we know them and thing. And
sometimes we don't plan a whole car too.
We actually rehearsed for 3 years before we tried to record a tune.
Sometimes we put on a whole kitchen too. Something funny with that too.
All right,
Yes.
So, all right, so let's get back to how you know started to sing together.
Well, it was this night now in December 1969. I was there in Trenchtown, to be exact, on 10th Street. I was speaking to a young girl called Maggie. You know what I mean? I was at the gate speaking to Maggie. I saw Bonnie was coming down the road. He was just coming from Jalides, but he had done a tune with them called Maracuba, that group named the Meditators. But actually, Bonnie didn't want to really stay there. What Bonnie wanted to do was to sing with Tabby. So I was there speaking. I see Bonnie coming down with guitar under his arm. And at the same time, Tabby was coming up 10th Street. So like about in the middle of the road, they meet and stop. And was speaking, and then they turn inside and go into a yard. That was one of our friends named Junior. I was watching.
Williams.
And so when I see what happened, saw them go inside the yard, I immediately said to the girl, say, excuse me, I soon be back. And I went inside the yard. So they were in a room singing. Bonnie was having the guitar and man Tabby inside of the room. The door was open, I could see inside. While I approached, then when I reached close to the door, Bonnie stretched the guitar, gave me and said, hold a rhythm.
Hold a rhythm.
So I would start to play. And we sing this tune 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years I've loved. It was a foreign tune. Sounded good.
Shoot that song, yeah.
So we decided then and there to start the group. So we started actually rehearsing. Meanwhile, people was doing them various jobs and, you know, we rehearsed at night time. But we actually rehearsed for 3 years before we tried to do a recording.
So you was doing your various jobs. What were you doing? What was your daytime?
I was in the army at the time.
At the time, we used to a shop with them do electrical welding, you know. So we used to over the side there, you know.
And what Bunny used to do?
Bunny was there too. He was there. He was there. Me was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were writing your own songs?
Yes.
Yes, right.
Who was doing the writing?
That's why the repertoire is so big and strong. Well, I do most of the writing for the group.
All right, sir. So you was rehearsing, and it's time for record now. Tell me how that go.
Well, when we actually the first song we actually recorded was for Tabby's brother-in-law, who was Stranger Call.
Oh no, baby.
We recorded a tune called Oh No Baby, but you know we didn't have the funds to really promote it. You know, it was a nice tune. From then we go on we did Shame and Pride for again Jalide. He's deceased now. That play a little. Then
so hold on. So your first recording for Stranger Call.
Oh no.
How did that come about? Because it's your brother-in-law. You tell him say.
No, he
knew of us. No, rehearsing and thing. Like the song.
So even as you were rehearsing, were you performing anywhere, any concert?
Amateur talent.
Talent shows.
Amateur.
All over.
We never recorded a song as it before. So we just do some amateur talent, like, you know, Marathon. We used to have a thing one time after 3. A club where we have like a karaoke, but like on karaoke now. But that time we do like a amateur talent show.
But the only thing though, every contest we do in the club, we always win.
We
always win.
Top, you know.
And the first thing we win was a bottle of rum. Get a bottle of rum and none of us drink. So we give it away. Yeah.
So now, tell me about the first album, which is Time Is Right.
Well, it's when we went out in the time of giving up, that album come about, you know.
You see, we actually rehearsed, and then when we decide now, after we did Shame and Pride, Channel 1 heard the tune, they make a little name and thing, and he wanted us to record the group, but Jalide was hiding way. Kind of, and the Chinaman really, you know, but the Chinaman have the money to do the promotion. Jalide didn't have any.
And
so,
this is for Time Is Right. But Tabby, you're telling me about a point of giving up.
At the time when we went to Channel 1, you know.
We was gonna leave the business.
We decided, three of us decided, so I think about 4 years now, you know.
And who was running Channel 1?
It was a fucking Channel 1. It was a fucking deceased now.
And so by this time when you went to Channel 1, y'all are still working your regular jobs.
Yeah, we
and still rehearsing in the night. Still writing music.
Right, yeah.
So tell me about that, Tabby.
Yeah, so we go down there and go to him and say we have a two-track tape. We have 2 songs and the team say, boy, I want to sell it to him. And I must say, he take it to that thing, but he still want to do something with it. He want to do a song, you know, or 2. So we have a studio and thing. I say, well, it's a good opportunity, you know, that giving up thing now come like a change, you know. Change now, because we see a different light, you know. We see access. We promote our thing now, you know. So, and him said that too, we just do him say more than 2 songs. So, I'm like the musician them, Soul Syndicate at the time. And we did 2 songs with the studio and we laid some tracks with the group, with the Soul Syndicate band. And then we did a song named Country Living, which is one of the Stylistics them song with them with album. And then we do that song from Shy Lights, I'm Stone It Off My Mind. Yeah, and them were the first 2 songs we did. But I love them. I love it. Some say, right now, gentlemen, we need to do an album, you know. I mean, feel, yes. I'm saying, because we have all the songs I want to let off, you know. There's the years we rehearse them, so we need to let them off.
Flashback to when you changed the name from Limelight to Diamonds.
How?
Well, actually, we was contemplating about the name, so we was in the yard one day, Tabby yard, and the
I
mother
want to tell you, we just on reverse,
Yeah.
Just on reverse, you know, the group, yeah.
We try
to find a name, figure out a name still.
Like
but
change the name.
Why? Why change the name?
No, the name never really, let's try it. After a while, you find so the name, you have a better name than that, you know? But it come like now we forget with the name, and now we supposed to get the name. Somebody else have to get the name, so let's just work it away there. So after we done the rest of the evening, in the night, about 8 o'clock, something like that, we go to my mother and say, we want a name for the group, you know. She say, you know, say, call the group Diamond, man. But just come same time and tell them, say, Diamond, the mother say, you know, the name I get. And so it's there.
So where the Mighty come from?
Channel 1. We got Channel 1 for the Right Time album.
When we start recording Channel 1.
The Right Time album, really, I did start from Right Time. Mighty Time. Yeah, Mighty Time. You know, it's encouraged away there sometimes.
So you call the first album Right Time?
Yes.
Why?
Baby, it's the right time.
That was the first song. That was the right time.
Yeah.
The first tune.
The first tune, yeah, and the album.
And so it in Jamaica, who was playing it?
Well, it's Sly, Mission and the Revolutionaries. Sly Ranchi, Doogie, Ansel Collins, you know, you have Hansman, them know like Dundee Jr., Marquis, and Tom McCook was a three honest person.
Tell me about when you heard it play on the radio.
Yeah, it was a good time, a good feelings. Because no time my friends hear it and know say me.
Thanks for stopping by. We're on a journey with the Mighty Diamonds on another stimulating episode of eLive Unplugged. You don't want to miss a beat. Stay. Of course, you're watching eLive Unplugged, where we're catching up with Donald Tabby Shaw and Lloyd Judge Ferguson from the Mighty Diamonds. So now you have an album, The Right Time.
Right.
What happened after that?
Well, the rest was history because after Right Time, that was iTunes. That's late 75, Tabby.
Yes.
Early 76, so we started touring. You know, the first man who took us to New York to perform was Ken Williams. That he was on this record station, WLIB.
It wasn't the biggest record station.
So when we actually went to New York to record, to sing, it was big all over because Ken Williams got it there, big, you know. So we used to build up the artist maximum before bringing in and thing. And then from then on, we keep on making more tune and thing.
What was the reaction like when you went to perform? What was the feeling like?
It was so overwhelming. I tell you, saying that the show itself, to me, it ended up like a dance, you know? Dance in terms like the stage itself. When normally a musician and singer and said, people from the audience, they get crowded. Very crowded, very crowded. It's like a dance.
Hunters College in New York.
Yeah.
And actually, that's where we meet back a lot of people who know
from Jamaica from earlier.
Who live from early. And we had a group coming up and all of them come to the show. People them we grew up with, you know.
How many albums do you have?
Well, up to now, we have 46 albums.
And all of those 46 albums, you wrote the music?
Well, we have some
for
songs.
At least.
Well, we sing other songs, other people.
Well, we do covers, but we don't think we have half dozen cover tunes.
Yeah.
All the tunes are our tune.
So you'd say 90%?
Yes. Or 95%.
95%. Yeah. Is music that you have written.
Personal, original music.
Original, yeah.
And do you have persons who write for the group also?
People want to.
When we went to Gussie Clark, Gussie Clark gave us projects that other people write to sing, you know, and we did them too.
All right, so let's move from The Right Time. What was the album after that?
Right Time, after that, Right Time, we'd have an album named Stand Up to Your Judgment.
Channel 1,
Channel 1, yeah, right.
Channel 1.
Yes.
And when did you move from Channel 1?
Well, we did 4 albums, 4?
Oh, 4 albums with Channel 1, yeah.
No, when we did the first Right Time album, and we got signed to Virgin Records,
yeah.
what they did was they just took us straight from the Roots thing and took us over to New Orleans to make the second album.
Mm-hmm.
They did this album called Ice on Fire. What it was an experiment. They say the Jamaican beat and the New Orleans beat is close, so they fuse them together.
Mm.
But the experiment didn't work well. So people started to get away disappointed and say, Diamond, them just moved from them roots, just straight after the first album and gone. And it really was true.
How you felt about it? There's something that you were in agreement with?
Not really.
No.
But at the time we had a manager, Copeland Fabs. He was managing the group and he was in for it. So we go there. And they say it was Light Parks who was going to come there to play.
Mm-hmm.
When we find out no Light Parks didn't come in, so we didn't want to do the recording. So I was there for about a week doing nothing till Copeland talked to us and told us, okay, Light isn't coming, but better we just do the album since we're here. And them use a group from there called the Meters, a white group. And the New Orleans Symphony Orchestra played on that album too. They tried, they played it, but it was not what people were looking for. So you could call it that was a flop.
Why didn't Light come?
Well, I don't know. Because nobody ever really explained it to us. It just didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we came back to Jamaica now, we went back to Channel 1 and we did an album now called Deeper Roots.
So the deal with Virgin was now off?
Well, no, it wasn't off. But Virgin said, well, they signed the group, so they wanted us to take us there, but it didn't work. So we were still at Virgin. Actually, Virgin really didn't do anything much for the Diamonds because what really happened, they never give us much promotion because what they find that they could just sell records. You know, Diamonds just sell, so they didn't do no much promotion. So we actually had us to go to them and tell them to release us from the contract because the company ain't doing anything.
We don't see the benefit. Yeah.
You went to them yourself or your manager?
We go there. We go there ourselves, man. We go England ourselves. 3 of us go there.
At the time, you were being managed by whom?
Copeland
Fabs. But this is like, I'm saying someone stay in a situation, see that left and right happening, but nothing not go on. So he have to get himself organized. Cause we need a group, we need a company, when they sign a company, no more, you do no more work with nobody else, right? So you have to get away from that because you want to do some work and you want
and then
to have things
they ain't doing anything, so...
And they're not doing anything, so might as well just go on.
So you came out of you were released from the Virgin contract. What happened after that?
And then when they release us, they claim that we owe them a lot of money. That's what they do. Sign you, give you advance and spend some little money, and then when you leave the company, you always owe.
How much money?
Them say, oh, them all owe money, we never remember. Then the thing is that, if we had known it was going to be like that, we would actually take live cash up front, because what they really did was only offer 20,000 US at the time as advance on the album.
And this was in which year?
It was 1975.
Yes.
Jojo, as a producer, he was the man who collected the money. And all the Diamonds got from that was 12,000 Jamaican. So he, as a producer, they claimed studio costs and this and that, studio time and what have you.
Get $4,000.
So we get $4,000 each Jamaican.
Did you ever pay that off?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, after a while, let's say it's recouped.
Because them sell records.
Because them sell the records.
Sell records and things. But Diamond didn't really get that much.
We didn't really get money from them.
So in the 80s, you were with Gussie Clark at Music Works.
Yeah. That's when the time when they find Pastor Kochi.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the first album we did.
Tell me about the Pastor Kochi.
Well, actually, Pastor Kochi wasn't really done to be a recording. It was done just to sell dub in the dance. So when we did it, I actually go to Gussie and say, Gussie, you know, so we could make a whole tune out of this. Then say, all right, we're going to go to England and come back. So when them go to England and come back, give the cassette to the rhythm, and then we prepare the tune. Actually, after the tune prepared, then it started out, it made a hit in Jamaica. And then Tony Owens, the brother you know well, he called us one day and said, I'm going to do over the tune. With some youth called musical youth. So they changed the word and passed the country to pass the Dutch. They didn't want to sing about herb tune, they want their England. But everybody knows say the herb tune. Because in Jamaica, they actually stop it from going #1, which we know is a #1 tune. That's the on the chart for 52 weeks, you know, one whole year. And the only tune that they was in front of it was Michigan Diseases. They actually did that to stop it because the Prime Minister at the time was Mr. Shearer. And he came out in the Star one Friday and said, everybody's talking about this Kochi. They can't take the Kochi mentality. And so we go back to the studio and sing this kind of same rhythm and tune called Pass Knowledge.
46 albums later.
Yes.
50 years later.
Yes.
You're still Mighty Diamonds, and you've all made the journey together.
Yes.
What is the most significant part of the journey for you?
Significant part of the journey. Well, when we say the significant part of the journey is to be here, and we can still do the work same way, you know. We're not different from we used to before, you know. We think on balance, you know. Don't get older now in the age, but we still everything black. That love, black. Unity, black. That's the most important thing.
You never fall out yet?
Yes.
We have differences.
That's what people don't understand. You know, because, you know, as human beings, sometimes from much meat, but it's like we always keep the music together when it comes to the music.
For persons watching, what's the takeaway that you think they should have from the Mighty Diamonds as a group?
Well, what I would like to say is that them would observe the humbleness about the Diamonds. We are a very set of humble youth, and I really like the hype and not a little for show off about.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. Some never know say Clinton Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists over them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no for water. To reggae artists around the world and from Jamaica. New York City where him used to do the radio.
Hi, welcome to Reflections with Clinton Lindsay. I want to thank you for joining me for another week. And I want to thank you also for your comments on the previous shows that we have done. We really, really appreciate it. Today we're going to have another good lineup for you. We have a special guest coming up, Brother Mitch. Brother Mitch is coming up. And we're also going to be taking a look at the South Florida Top 25 and the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 songs. So gear up, sit back, relax, and we'll come right back at you after this first break.
Embrace Music Foundation and the City of Miramar Mayor Wayne Messam present Rhythms of Africa, the pulsating spectacular, showcasing a kaleidoscope of Afro-Caribbean rhythms with special guest appearances by Marcia Griffiths and Gramps Morgan. On under the direction of former Third World drummer and Grammy-nominated ambassador Willie Stewart, with patronage from Jamaica Consul General Oliver Mayer. Rhythms of Africa, Saturday, April 30th at the Miramar Regional Park Amphitheater. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America.
Okay, welcome back to Reflections. And my open dialogue today, I'm going to touch a bit on the recent passing of two members of the Mighty Diamonds. This group that was formed in 1969, been together for 53 years, and one of the longest serving groups in any genre of music. And why so special? The same three guys from 1969 up to recent times. You have groups that are much older, but they have changed lead singers and they have changed members over the years. But for the Mighty Diamonds, it's been those three guys. And, you know, I got the news, but actually it happened when the first one died, Tabby Diamond, his real name Donald Shaw. He was killed in a drive-by shooting incident at his gate. And it happened like 10, quarter to 10, 9:45. But at this time, Jamaica is now 1 hour behind. So at 9:45 p.m. in Jamaica would have been 10:45 p.m. in the USA. And a lot of people, especially industry people, by the time the confirmation was made and the news hit the wire, it would have been like 1 o'clock for us. Now, I usually go to bed early just to get up early so I can, you know, do my writings for my blog and find stories for my Facebook page. And when I got up at about 2:35, I noticed I've missed so many calls, at least 10 calls. And what I do, I keep my phone in the studio when I go to bed, so I'm not disturbed. So when I realized I had like 10 calls, I'm like, wow. And one person left a message, please, Mr. Lindsay, I need for you to confirm this. And then another person, an artist that's very close to Tabby Diamond, he left a voicemail saying, you know, Tabby has been killed. And another person left a link, which I went to the link to see a little blurb of the story of him. And by 3 o'clock, I had the full story on my blog and on my Facebook page. Now, the last time I saw Tabby Diamond, the Mighty Diamonds performed at the Garden in Lauderdale Lakes, December of 2019, I think it was. And that was like my 7th or 8th time seeing the Mighty Diamonds. I saw them when they first came to New York in the 70s. And I've seen them on Reggae Sunsplash and here, there, all over the place. This was the first time seeing them with the new member, because by 2018, one of the original members, Bunny, he had to give up going on the road and give up being an active participant of the group. He had a stroke and he was restricted from traveling. So they replaced Bunny with Mr. Benaya Capo, they call him here in South Florida. And that was my first time seeing the Mighty Diamonds with Capo being a member. And it was such a good show. It was such a good show that December night at the Gardens in Fort Lauderdale. And over the years, you know, like all of us fell in love with the voice of Tabby. He has that voice that is so sweet and full of harmony and melody. And I love when he did love songs, because, to see, I used to say on radio, Rasta love songs. No one does it better than Tabby Diamond. There was one that I always love. There's no me without you. I mean, when you hear the Dread sing that, I mean, not even the Manhattans could do a better job, even though they were the original singers for the song. So over the years, I've really supported them, and I like the fact that, they strongly in the Rastafarian teaching of Marcus Garvey and Haile Selassie. So for me, it was really a personal blow. It was, just the way he died, for someone who have advocated for peace and love one another and for humanity, to die like that is just not fair. It wasn't fair. It just, one of the songs that they have that I usually play all the time is a song called Why Me, My Black Brother. That song talks about why we have to kill each other, why we're making the mothers cry and the fathers cry. Why me, my black brother? Very profound, and to see that he became a victim of that song, it was just hard to swallow. I couldn't wrap my head around that. So now, the world got all of this, and it was like worldwide coverage. Newspapers, website, all over the world they were paying tribute to a Tabby Diamond. Lo and behold, by the first, this happened the 29th of March. By the 1st of April, I would say about 10:30 a.m., I got a call from one of the biggest producers in reggae, who called me personally to tell me that, as a matter of fact, when I answered the phone, he asked me if I was standing. I said, no, I'm sitting around the board. He said, well, why? Here is something that he would, he just can't believe it himself. He had just gotten off the phone from Bunny, the other member of the group, and she said that she called to tell him that Bunny just died at the hospital. He wasn't feeling well, and they took him to the hospital, and he died, right there. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, Bunny died. At that time, only a few people had it, because like I said, she called him because this producer had done maybe 2 or 3 albums with the Mighty Diamonds, including their big hit, Pass the Kutchie. So there was a closeness there over the years. And he called me right away. And I said to people, I don't understand, I didn't know when or how did I get to this point where people look at me or expect me to have the accuracy of stories and the truth of what's going on. And this producer called me telling me the same thing, that he knows people gotta be calling when the word comes out that Bunny is dead. People gotta be calling me to confirm if that's the case. So he wanted me to get this story right up front immediately as he got it. And that's what happened. So just as he said, once word got out that another Diamond had died, my phone just went off the hook. People just calling and calling and calling. And I was able to confirm, yes, because at that time now I realized, I knew I'm getting it from a reliable source. While other people, is it true, I heard this, I heard that, I can't say definitively that, yeah, I got it from, not from the horse's mouth, but as close to as possible. And that just ruined for a lot of us. Now, from Tuesday night, starting Wednesday, we all been just traumatized by the lead singer of the Mighty Diamonds. And now here we are Friday, living that life all over again. What are the chances of two members of a group? It's not like it's an accident where they were flying, going to a location to perform. You know, like Otis Redding and his group, the Barcades. You know, they crash. Buddy Holly and his group, when they travel and there's an accident and 3 or 4 of them. This wasn't the case. What are the chances of two members of the same group passing the same week? So for the entire weekend, I mean, it was just those two stories that were taking up the headline. So for all the fans and all the friends of the Mighty Diamonds, right here on Reflection, our condolences are with you. And as soon as we get more information, at this point, we haven't heard. And I think it's gonna take a while for the family to put something together to even announce that, you know, where services and burial concerned. So that's my opening dialogue. And again, our condolences to all the fans around the world. This was just a group that was so loved by so many people. So many people love them because they've been around for so long. The Mighty Diamond is like the soundtrack of our lives. Okay? Because when they started, I was just a late teenager. I was maybe 18, 19. And seeing them in New York City when they came, 76 I think it was. And I was just 19. And over the years, I've seen them various times, and also the last time, December 2019. So even though we're not buddies, we weren't buddies, but there's a certain connection of someone being on the radio for 45 years, and they've been out there for 53 years. So you can see the connection, that buddy system between myself and them. Really sad. All right, so that's my opening dialogue. We're gonna take a next break, and when we come back, we're gonna take a look at the South Florida top 25 songs. And I tell you, I like the way TC is just grooming into it, growing into it. TC is just doing a fantastic. It's like he's been doing this for even longer than me. He's using all the data, and he's really having a good time doing the top 25 countdown and the top 30 countdown. So we're gonna take another break. When we come back, it will be time for the South Florida top 25 countdown with TC.
Things them way at once. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, when Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them go on, whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Thanks for the kind words and, of course, the opportunity to be hosting the countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do right now is take a look at the most played 25 song on the chart right here in South Florida, which is compiled by veteran broadcaster Mr. Clinton Lindsay. Now, we're going to count down from 25 all the way up to number 1. Stick around. Here is the countdown.
Coming in at number 25 this week is a brand new entry to the chart. It's Empress Unique with a song entitled Sweet Vibration. Number 24, If You're Not Back in Love by Monday with Susan Sultry. Coming in at number 23, Medea Again, Barry Salmon featuring Wickerman. Number 22, Cover Me Ja, West Rock. Coming in at number 21 this week, Get Up and Dance, Al Anthony. Checking in at number 20, Take I Away, Mana Pana featuring Exile. Number 19, See You in My Arms, the remake with Kashif Lindo. Number 18 this week, Honey, I Love You, Tony Roy. Checking in at number 17, Bill Bridges, Shaka Demus. And number 16, Don't Let Go, Ginger. Number 15, Good Woman, Romaine Virgo. Checking in at number 14 this week, TikTok, I'm Coming, Hezron. Number 13, Import Corruption by Paul Elliott. Number 12 this week, Love Salute, Taurus Riley. Checking in at number 11, Dear Mr. Government, Sugar. And now, here's a synopsis of this week's Top 10. After being on the chart for 8 weeks, was number 13 last week, moved 3 places up the chart to number 10 this week. It's Carl Jacobs with a song entitled Easy on Me on the Tugs record label. Number 12 last week, moved 3 places up the chart to number 9 this week. It's the Marley Brothers with Cornerstone on the Get to Youth International record label. The more you listen, the newer it sound. Was number 11 last week, moved 3 places up the chart to number 8 this week. It's You Make Me Feel, brand new by Leroy Sibbles featuring Marcia Griffiths.
Find the words, my love, to tell you how I feel, my love. In words could not explain.
Steady on the chart. It was number 10 last week, moved 3 places up the chart to number 7 this week. It's Joanna Marie with My Best Boy Next to You on the Reggae Global International record label.
I'm gonna tell my friends about you. Tell them about the things that you do to me.
After being on the chart for 11 weeks, last week it was number 9, moved steadily 3 places up the chart to number 6 this week. It's Burning Spear with a song entitled Mommy on the Burning Spear Music record label.
Mommy get lay off. Filling out application. Don't mean you might get that call.
This next song peaks at number 2. Last week it was number 2. Moved 3 places down the chart to number 5 this week. It's Coco T with Where You're Gone on the Massive B record label.
Yesterday world where you gone, gone, gone. Yesterday world where you gone, gone, gone.
After being on the chart for 18 weeks, it held the number 1 spot for 3 weeks in a row. Last week it was number 1, moved 3 places down the chart to number 4 this week. I'm talking about Who Cares with Keith Cole on the Lovebirds record label.
Now, here's a steady mover. After spending 9 weeks on the chart, last week it was number 5, moved 2 places up the chart to number 3 this week, taking its way up the valley. I'm talking about Richard Stevens with Valley on the Boom Rich Production record label.
Valleys will teach you lessons that Hilltop knows nothing about. Lay there and listen carefully. You know who wanna get you out. You know your friends them when you're caught up in adversity.
Spending 14 weeks on the chart. Last week it checked in at number 4, moved 2 places up the chart this week to the number 2 position. I'm talking about Mr. King Bunton with a song entitled Saving All My Love for You on the Kingston Click Worldwide record label.
A few stolen moments is all that we share. You've got your family and they need you there.
We have a new number 1 this week. This song has been on the chart for only 8 weeks. Last week it checked in at number 3. It's number 1 this week. I am talking about All Night Long with Ed Robinson on the Reggae Global Entertainment label. This is...
Hey, yo! Yeah, man. Ragga vibes, real for life, you see it?
Well, my friends, the time has come to raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on, play on, play on.
There you have it, a brand new number 1 this week, all courtesy of Reggae Global Entertainment record label, Ed Robinson, with a nice cover version of All Night Long. Let's see if Mr. Ed Robinson can keep the number 1 spot for another week. The only way to find out is to keep it locked right here on Reflection with Clinton Lindsay. I'll be right back with the countdown for the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart right after this.
Hi, welcome back to Reflections. And again, thank you, TC. Job well done. You see, I told you earlier that he's getting into it. He's enjoying himself. And that's the whole idea. Enjoy yourself, my friend. Thank you very much. All right, so welcome back. And the second leg now, my co-host, I refuse to call him a guest anymore. He's a regular now. My co-host is Brother Mitch. Brother Mitch.
Mr.
Welcome.
Clinton Lindsay.
Where you
Where going, man?
Me good enough.
You good? Good?
Yeah, you know, as you know, the recent passing of
Tabby
and Bonnie from... Oh well, did you know them? Did you know them?
Pretty well. First of all, they live right to the street from my brother in McKinley Crescent. He lives on Australia Road.
Australia Road?
Yeah, that's where my brother lived.
Okay.
And Tabby, them live right across from there, which is McKinley. Personally, I knew about them in Jamaica back then.
Right.
But they have grown beyond recognition. But we still, you know, wherever we go somewhere, we see them, we still talk. Especially Tabby, because he's such a loving person.
Yeah, that's what
he's like a teddy bear. And he loved to get into these little conversations about the music itself.
Where were you when you heard? When did you hear the story of him being killed? Where were you?
Well, a friend of mine called me, and he said, "Did you hear?" I said, "Hear what?" He said, "Them just killed Tabby." My brother called me, and they said they just killed Tabby. I never believe it. You're the one.
Your brother?
Although they live close.
Exactly.
You're the one who are called and said, is it so?
Right.
And you confirm it. That's when I really believe it.
Yeah. And I ask the question with most people when I call them back to say, when did I get to that level in this business where, like you just said, I confirm it and you believe it then?
Well, one of the things with you, you will not go with the news unless you know it is so. Because there's so many news out there, different things, different reasons, different stories.
Right.
So you check into it before you come.
In the training I got.
Well, yeah.
The training, they told me it's better to be late, but be right.
Be right.
Than to be early. If you remember when the situation with Michael Jackson, you remember CNN was the last to even bring up the subject when everybody else around with it.
Yeah.
Because at one point they say he was still alive. 1 minute he was, he had passed, and I would have been like CNN until I know someone down at the hospital that would have to tell my people, and carry me to the morgue and show me or something. Because you don't want to be wrong with a personality like that.
I'm going to take you back a little bit though. Back then, I get the news from England about Alton Ellis.
Okay.
And when I come to you with it, I break it.
Right.
Because the person who gave me that was somebody who was very close to him.
Right.
And you said, sure, until 2 weeks after. When we confirm it.
2 weeks after?
2 weeks after I break it, because that's what it was. Alton died. But it's 2 weeks after he finally died, when Dennis Al Capone was at the side when he passed away. That's when we break it again.
There were just rumors going around.
Rumors going around.
And that's a terrible thing, though. It's a terrible thing when did he? What if he didn't? How does the family feel? The family, he has a family.
Yeah. One of the things is this: when the doctors say there's nothing more they can do for you, automatically you assume that they did.
Right.
But until it stopped, and they said, yep. It is.
Right.
So
because if it took 2 weeks to kind of confirm that, it's like a long stretch for his family to have it out there in the world. It's not like a Barry Salmon who, I don't know why people pick on him so much. Stevie Wonder. There are more times that they died. It must be hurtful. Because I can't imagine, I'm hearing that about you. Well, I would know because, you and I and our family, the family is, close. So you heard it. So once I confirmed that, but the way he died, Brother Mitch, is one of for me, the most disturbing part. Because we all gonna go.
Yeah.
But for a man who had preached peace and love and the love for humanity over the years, to die in that fashion, to me.
And live in the community for years.
To live in the
and refuse to get out of the community, although he knew what was going on within the community.
Because a few people have told me that even when I interviewed the latest member, Capo, he said that since 2017, that little feud been going on, and they had asked him several times to just give the era a break, come to America, chill. Come to Florida, chill out, because he has enough friends here that will more than take care of him.
Yeah.
But he kind of refused because of his status in the community.
And as a peacemaker. He hoped that he could change the whole area. That's one of the things. But again, they know him.
Right.
And it has a lot to do, what I'm hearing now, it has a lot to do with his son.
With his son. I saw a video that he's the cause of the whole thing.
Yeah.
At this point, we still haven't heard anything about, burial, and I'm sure that's going to take a long time, because I know in Jamaica right now, burial is up to 2 months.
Yeah, because they have just one, what they call the examiner, who do all the autopsies and all that. But in a situation like that, is it necessary to do an autopsy?
Yeah, you have to. The only thing you don't do an autopsy for is death in bed. Even then, I remember if you're a doctor, if you're a doctor, you're on a doctor's care.
Okay.
Something like that, you know. Another hotbed topic, Brother Mitch, is the recent Grammy Award. And I know you have, like everybody else, have an opinion. The American group, Soldiers won it, and it had a lot of people talking all kind of stuff about Jamaicans being robbed, and, you know, especially Spice. What are your thoughts on, you know, on this?
Soldier's been here for 20 years. Let's put it this way. There's so many groups that take over the music that we refused. Spice, yes, Spice is there because she has all her followers that demand this. I would have said Gramps, because that's who I love.
Yeah, I was voting for Gramps.
That's who I love.
Yeah.
But it was not so. What is this? Is it money? Is it the agencies? What costs all of this? Because it was always Marley, and every name Marley go there, Marley's supposed to be a winner.
Yeah, well, up to 3 years ago, it was the talk was about the Marley name.
Yeah.
That, you know, they have a way of manipulating the Grammys so that Marley must win and so on. But last year, Marley was nominated and lost.
Yeah.
And the year before, they didn't have a Marley. So now we are seeing that the Marley really not control of the Grammys.
Yeah.
And for people to bring in race and color into this win, to me, just so shameful, because you know the history in this country of reggae. I've been to several of Bob Marley's performances, and I would tell you, like, 80% of the audience is white.
Of course. Who supported? Who is supporting this?
Why are we now bringing up race and color? Because the person that got the most, the group that got the most votes, walked away with it.
Sad to say it, but we're Jamaicans, and we are bitter against certain things if it doesn't go the way we want it.
Yeah, I agree with that to a point, but when you talk to veteran artists, they will tell you they want to spread the music around the four corners of the earth, right?
Yep.
And that means not Jamaica. No. That's where it's from. So you go to Hawaii, you go to Germany. These are, when Bob Marley had 100,000 people in Germany, maybe 1% was black at the time. So could you ask how you want to conquer the world, but when other people from the world adapt the music, we become upset?
Okay, the promoters of today are 90% white.
Right.
The countries that take the music are white. You're talking about Europe. You're talking about Japan. How much of it is in Jamaica or within the Caribbean that's doing this? The great shows, where are they? Not in our, because we throw it away.
And another thing I looked at is like the genre, like say ska. Jamaicans don't bother with ska anymore.
Richard C. was trying to recreate it recently, and what happened again?
Yeah. And he tried to, and it worked, but only work in Italy and Australia and those places. So, but in this country, most of the ska fans are young white kids, college kids.
Yeah.
So, on one hand, we throw the music aside. And on the other hand, when another race picks it up, then we have an issue.
We have an issue. Yep.
So that means now we should allow the music to die.
To die. Just leave it. Let it die.
Let it die. Because we don't want it, but when somebody else take it up and take it to the level. I have spoken to many promoters over the years. And what I've learned about these American-bred bands, They are very professional.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They don't come with the headache that a lot of the Jamaican artists come with. They understand the business, and they do have a strong fan base here. That when you hire a soldier, you know you gotta have a crowd.
Definitely.
They sell. Yeah. They sell CDs because they do the right marketing, right? They show up at promotional event. We don't do that. And when a promotional event comes up, we want to get paid for it. You know?
And not only that, but a single artist is taking 15 people with them. You see, you have your bodyguard, you have your cook, you have your this, you have your that, and you don't even have a manager. You are the manager, you are the booking agent, you're everything.
Or the girlfriend, or the brother, or the baby mother, or the wife. So you talk to any promoter, not just, we Jamaicans, we're so comfortable in the high concentrated areas, New York, Miami, and Chicago, and so on. But you have areas in Colorado,
Sierra Nevada,
in areas that you don't find many Jamaicans, but these guys are still carrying that flag.
If you're looking at their booking dates, where they're going, how many Jamaicans are there per se? Let's put it this way: how many Caribbean are there people are there to support this? If it wasn't for the white market, where the music would be? Jamaica was put out so much music per capita, so much pressing plants, so much studios. There's not a pressing plant in Jamaica now to press records, but the records have been pressed in Europe. The records have been pressed in Japan. The wax, as they call it, is coming back. But where is it coming from? Jamaica? No.
And they should have a problem. I find it astonishing that they have a problem with a group. So what would they say if it were UB40? Big Mountain, that's another white group that is very, very big in reggae. And you have one or two people that should know better. That's talking this crap about the music being taken away, and you look at even Africa right now. Jamaican music has been a big part of their development, economic development. If you remember Zimbabwe with Robert Mugabe, Bob was part of that movement. So I'm very disappointed in our people. In at least some of them, those that do this negative thing.
Until we realize again, like you said, the music belongs to the world. Not the world belongs to the music. And until we accept that fact, that we're leaving it, and others are picking it up, because they see the value in whatever we were doing. We create it, and they're picking it up. No. If we go back to a group like the Scatterlights, most of the Scatterlights stuff that you hear was jazz that was done by a jazz group before. But they recreate this. Look at Monty Alexander. Some of the greatest jazz performers in the world, Monty have worked with them. Some of the greatest places that jazz go, Monty have worked with them. How much of the Jamaican entertainers now that was supposed to be nominated have been to these places? We're in a little vacuum, like you said.
Yeah, we are. It's just a shame. When we made appeal to the world to join in this music, and when the world does it, then we have a problem with it. So hopefully it's a lesson, and hopefully it might open some eyes in the Jamaica side. Because I think here in America, we know where I'm going. We know the runnings. We know where I'm going. We know that, you promote good music and goodness will follow it.
Again, I just say this. There's so much good music coming out of Jamaica. But where's the avenue to promote this music? What have you done to promote this music? You're doing one artist doing 10, 15 music, releasing 10, 15 music. So the one good one from that die within the group.
Yep. So once you give an audience a choice, you see, I always tell artists, you have one song, let it run for a while. Because when you put another one out, you gotta split between, if you have a fan listening, they gotta say, well, which one do I want to hear today? Let me hear the new one. So right away, I can only play one Brother Mitch for the day. So you kind of cutting off. You know, if you had just one song, your fan wouldn't have a choice, but just one song.
That's right.
Anyhow, my co-host, I no longer will call you guest, because you know you are no guest here. You come anytime you wanna. And in closing,
we must accept the fact that the music is out there for each and every one of you. To play the music, to enjoy it, give Jamaica. Jamaica is getting credit for that because that's where it originated.
That's what the guys themselves, they went on stage. Thanks Jamaica for the inspiration and so on. All right, Brother Mitch. It's a pleasure having you as my co-host, and as usual, we're gonna take one more break, and when we come back, it's time for the top 30 Foundation Radio Network. Top 30 with TC coming right after this break.
Ladies, are you looking for healthcare that's personalized and empowering? Socorro Women's Health provides holistic care that enables you to take charge of your health goals. Dr. Winston L. Alexis and nurse practitioner Monique Alexis collaborates to provide patient care based on evidence and experience. Socorro Women's Health offers well visits, physicals, prenatal care, STD testing, and much more. For more information on our services, visit our website at www.socorrowomenshealth.com. That's SAKURA, womenshealth.com. Come on in and start your health journey with us today. We're located at 150 Northwest 70th Avenue, Suite 7, Plantation. Or call us at 954-850-2344. That's 954-850-2344.
Hey, welcome back to Reflections right here on Flexx TV, Flexx FM with Clinton and Lindsay every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Now we're going to get to the top 30, the Foundation Radio Network top 30 songs, the most popular songs. And again, we welcome Brother TC. Take it away, TC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's that time to take a look at the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart, which is compiled by veteran broadcaster Mr. Clinton Lindsay. Now, here's a look at your top 30 hits.
Coming in at number 30 this week, Extra Classy Girl with Mr. D. Number 29, Body Move, King Jazzy. Checking in at number 28, Minanu, Shaggy. Number 27, She's Taken Already, Philip Fraser featuring Scaramouche. Number 26, I'm Happy, Mary Isaac. 25, Love Salute, Taurus Riley. Number 24, Turn Up the Music, Anthony B. Checking in at number 23 this week, Import Corruption by Paul Elliott. Number 22, Forever Young, Timmy Love. Checked in at number 21 this week, Take I Away, Manapana featuring Exile. Number 20, Close to Me, Oddly Rolling. Number 19, We Keep Moving, Turbulence. Number 18 this week, Honey, I Love You, Tony Roy. Number 17, My Best Boy, Close to You, Joanna Marie. Number 16, Good Woman, Romaine Virgo. Checking in at number 15 this week, Dear Mr. Government by Sugar. Number 14, Ja is in My Corner, Black I Am featuring Kibaka Pyramid. Number 13, Next to Me, Bushman. Checking in at number 12, Saving All My Love for You, King Bantan. Number 11 this week, Don't Let Go, Jinja. And now, here's a synopsis of the top 10 songs on the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Reggae Chart. After spending 13 weeks on the chart, its peak position was number 9. Move one place down the chart to number 10 this week. It's Golden Spoon Maroon by Yossa Shafari on the Top Road record label.
Maroon with the golden spoon. Maroon with the golden spoon. We also need you, maroon.
Was number 8 last week. Move one place down to number 9 this week. It's Shaka Demos with Bill Bridges on the Bright Star Production record label.
What a crazy world out there, something wicked in the atmosphere. We all have to come together, build bridges for one another.
After spending 16 weeks on the chart, holding the number 1 spot for 3 consecutive weeks. Last week it was number 6, checked in this week at number 8. I'm talking about Where You're Gone by Coco T on the Massive B record label.
Yesterday world where you gone, gone, gone. Yesterday world where you gone, gone, gone.
This song has been on the chart for 7 weeks, comes in at number 10 last week, checked in at number 7 this week. I'm talking about Cornerstone by the Marley Brothers on the Get to You International record label. After spending 17 weeks on the chart, it peaks at number 2. Was number 2 last week, moved 4 places down to number 6 this week. It's Keith Cole with Who Cares on the Lovebirds record label.
I hear you telling everybody how you glad I'm gone. Did you tell them how you cry whenever you're all alone?
Here's a steady mover. Was number 7 last week, moved 2 places up the chart to number 5 this week. I'm talking about You Make Me Feel, brand new by Leroy Sibbles, featuring Marcia Griffiths on the Bright Beam Production record label.
To tell you how I feel, my love, mere words could not explain.
Was number 3 last week, moved 1 place down the chart to number 4 this week. It's Money Over Life by Sunshade. After spending 8 weeks on the chart, it was number 5 last week, moved 2 places up the chart to number 3 this week. It's Ed Robinson with All Night Long on the Reggae Global record label. Been watching this song, moving away from the valley up to the mountain top. It was number 4 last week, moved to number 2 this week. I'm talking about Valley by Richard Stevens on the Boom Rich Productions record label.
Valleys will teach you
you lessons that hilltop knows nothing about. Lay there and listen carefully. You know who wanna get you out. You know your friends them when you're caught up in adversity.
This song has been on the chart for 12 weeks. Last week it checked in at number 1, holding the number 1 spot for the second week in a row. Burning the Fire on a Burning label. I'm talking about Burning Spear with a song entitled Mommy on the Burning Spear music record label. This is this week number 1.
Job, mommy get lay off. Filling out application, don't mean you might get that call. It's a long line waiting to get that call. What can these parents do to prevent the kids from fall? In a time like now, everything is hard. Is on the move, looking something to do. Mommy hopes that something will come true. What can these parents do to prevent the kids from falling?
There you have it. For the second consecutive week, Burning Spear, the artist that's living up to his name, burning up the chart, holding down the number 1 spot again for the second week with the song entitled Mommy. If you think Burning Spear can hold the number 1 spot next week, just keep it locked right here to Reflections with Clinton Lindsay. Don't forget, you can catch him live Wednesdays at 5 p.m. on Clinton Lindsay Official on YouTube. On the World Wide Web, it's flexfm.online, and on Facebook, Flexx FM Radio. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over back to the man himself, Mr. Lindsay.
Okay, thank you very much, TC, for the top 30 countdown. And again, we want to congratulate Burning Spear for having the number 1 song for the second week. And, you know, when I interviewed him in January, we talked about him retiring. And I said, listen, brethren, we are not ready to give you up just yet. You're healthy. You go out there and do the things that you are known for the past 40 odd years. And next thing I knew, the announcement made that he was gonna be making special, in the interview he did say he was gonna make special appearances. That's what he will consider. You know, when I asked him about would he go back on the road. So now we are hearing that he's gonna be making a special appearance at the Rotterdam Festival in Europe. And also in December, he will be a special guest for the first time, the Welcome to Jamrock cruise being promoted by Damian Marley and the Marley family. So, hey, Burning Spear, next thing we know, we're going to see you at Rebel Salute 2023, and so on and so on. Again, congratulations on your number 1 song for the second week. All right, guys, this takes us to the end of today's program. I want to thank my co-host, Brother Mitch, for passing through. I want to thank TC for a job well done counting down the South Florida top 25 and the Foundation Radio top 30. Until next week, we are here every Wednesday from 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, 5 to 6 every Wednesday right here on Flexx FM TV. Until next week, may the good Lord bless and keep you until we meet again. Bye-bye.
Come make me tell you about the things them way I once. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, when Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them once. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. America. Some never know say Clinton Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists love of them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out of awards to reggae artists around the world and from Jamaica. New York City where him used to do the radio. Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancehall used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them want, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. Some never know say Clinton Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists love of them, me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out of awards to reggae artists around the world and from Jamaica. New York City where him used to do the